Okay, this is episode 22, I think, of JP's Fantastic Grinds. And once again, another classic landmark metal album from 1983. This is Mercyful Fate's first official album, Melissa, and this one is on the Megaforce label, and it may be a first press, but I'm not really positive if it really is an official first press. I picked up this one a few years back. I've had some form of this album for since the late 80s, I think. Had the CD for a while, but I figured I might as well break down and get it on vinyl. This one did not come with the lyric sheet, so I have a pretty good vinyl copy, but no lyric sheet and a pretty good album cover. It's got a little gloss to it still. You can see the Megaforce label there. And the important but I wanted to get it started on Into the Coven, not to in a coven, but Into the Coven. And also, I wanted to point out, well, you can see the silver label there, the Megaforce label. Since Mercyful Fate is from Denmark, I'm using, just to make sure there's no unwanted skipping going on, because I forgot if this album, this vinyl copy has any skips, but this is a Danish øre, which is like a penny for Danish kroners, but they're no longer used. But when I was there, I actually picked up and saved a couple. Anyway, I was trying to decide whether or not to do this one or Don't Break the Oath, the most classic Mercyful Fate albums. But currently, there is a hurricane that's right around Jamaica right now. This is October 28th, 2025. Allegedly, possibly just before this big shutdown, and all kinds of craziness is about to happen. But there's a hurricane named Melissa, so I just felt compelled to do a bit on this album. And also, I wanted to show off this. This is another eBay find. I don't even know if this is a real, legitimate, original flyer. It is a small one, but it is blank on the other side. But back in 84, 85, I was supposed to go see this tour with my neighbor, who was a metalhead. But it never happened. He went, but he wouldn't take me. I was a 17-year-old, whatever. But, as you can see, Mercyful Fate and Exciter are on the bill. But I heard later that Mercyful Fate didn't even play because they had so much protest from the local conservatives that they weren't even allowed to play, or something. They didn't play, I guess. But that would have been my first Motorhead show, and that would have been my first Mercyful Fate show. But I did not get to see Mercyful Fate until Copenhagen. 3 years ago, 2022, they played in Copenhagen at Copenhagen. On the same night as Iron Maiden. And my friend Erasmus over there had tickets for this festival. And I went, and we got to see Mercyful Fate play in Copenhagen. Unreal. It was probably the pinnacle of any concert experience I've ever had in my life. To see King Diamond and what was left of Mercyful Fate in Copenhagen. Unreal. And then I got to see them again. They played in Virginia not too long after that. I think in the fall. But one of their band members passed away. Yeah, Tim Hansen, I believe. Yeah, he died in November 2019. And I believe he was the first member of the band to pass away. I think. 61 years old of cancer. But I remember his nickname was Tim Grabber Hansen. But the only two that I believe were there were King Diamond and Hank Sherman, and the rest were all new. So these guys were all gone, I think. But it was still amazing to see, you know, King Diamond, Hank Sherman, Mercyful Fate playing these songs in Denmark. And then this is probably their, I mean, a lot of people dispute this and say that Don't Break the Oath is better, but, you know, it's all personal choice. I really don't know which one to pick. And here we are 3 days from Halloween, and possibly 1 day before, or 1 week before the big bank collapse, the Antichrist, and all kinds of evil madness about to happen. But we'll see what happens. But I had to put this in there I had to put some Mercyful Fate in there. This is, especially with Melissa coming. Happy Halloween. Don't give the nigga.